Welcome to Dark Hours FM. If you'd like to help keep these stories alive and feeling generous, you can give a tip at Buy Me a Coffee or unlock more haunting at Patreon. All the links in the bio. Tonight's story, Season 1, Episode 10, The Last Apartment. Let's begin. I was 24, working nights, broke, barely sleeping. You know how it goes. I just left a relationship, didn't have much to my name, and needed somewhere, anywhere to land. Craigslist had this listing: 1 bedroom, utilities included, $500 a month, no pets, no smoking, no questions. No pictures, just an address. I showed up to see it the next day. The building was old, wedged between a boarded-up laundromat and an abandoned storefront. A rusted staircase led up to the second floor, the kind of place you drive past without ever noticing. An old man was waiting by the door, holding a set of keys. He didn't introduce himself, just pointed me upstairs and said, "It's unlocked." No lease, no ID check, nothing. When I got to the top, the hallway was dim. 1 bare bulb buzzed overhead. The carpet was a faded maroon, with stains that looked like they'd never come out. The door to the unit was wide open, revealing a cramped but livable space. 1 room, a kitchen barely big enough for a microwave, and a small bathroom, and a hallway closet. Door closed. The old man was standing behind me now. "You can stay as long as you like," he said, still not meeting my eyes. "But don't open that closet. It's not part of the rental." I wanted to ask why, but something in his tone said, "Don't." I signed nothing, paid cash, moved in that night. The first couple nights were uneventful. I was exhausted from work, and the place was quiet. Too quiet, actually. The kind of silence that makes your ears ring. Then the little things started. The faucet in the kitchen would be running when I woke up. My socks would go missing, then reappear, folded neatly on the closet door handle. My toothbrush, always damp, even if I hadn't used it. I chalked it up to being tired, distracted, maybe even depressed. I'd been through a lot. Maybe I was slipping. Then came the dreams, always the same. I was lying in bed, unable to move. A low creaking sound echoed from the hallway. The closet door opened slowly, not violently, just a soft, deliberate creak, and something stepped out. I never saw it, just the sound of long, slow footsteps approaching the bed. I'd wake up gasping, drenched in sweat. But the worst part wasn't the dream. It was that the closet door would always be open when I woke up. By week 2, I started locking the bedroom door at night. It didn't help. One night, I woke up to a scraping sound, like something heavy was being dragged across the floor. I froze. It was coming from the hallway, just on the other side of the door. I listened, holding my breath, as the dragging stopped. Then 3 knocks. Soft but firm, on the bedroom door. I didn't sleep that night. I just waited, listened. And when morning came, the knocks were gone. But the closet, still open. I tried to call the landlord. No answer. His number was disconnected. I asked around the neighborhood. No one had seen him. Some of the older residents said the upstairs unit had been vacant for years. No one had lived there since a tenant went missing back in the 90s. Heard he went crazy. One woman told me from her porch. Started hammering stuff to the walls. Said the shadows were talking to him. I stopped going home at night. I stayed with friends. I made excuses. I even slept in my car once or twice. But I had to go back eventually. I couldn't afford not to. When I returned a few days later, something was different. The door to the apartment was nailed shut. with long rusted nails driven through the frame. The number on the door was missing. The hallway light was out. There was no sign anyone had lived there at all, except my name was scratched into the wall next to the closet, deep, jagged, like it had been carved with a knife. I moved out that night, but 3 months later I received a plain white envelope in the mail. No return address. Inside was a single Polaroid. It showed me asleep in bed, my back turned. The photo was taken from the hallway, and in the doorway there was a tall, thin figure, barefoot, face obscured in shadow, one hand raised, holding up one finger. Thanks for joining us in the dark. Some stories fade with the light, others stay with you. We'll see you next time, if you make it.